Alrighty, what do we have here? Hey guys, this is Doc. I want to show you what I carry in my car all the time. Okay, this is a small little bag. See how small it is? It's like a 5 inches by about 8 inches by about 2 inches thick. Okay, I want to show you what I carry in my car in case of emergency for bug out or whatever. This I leave in my car at all times, which is just in case. Okay, first thing I pull out, I'm gonna kind of bend it down here. You might lose my face, but you'll see this. All right, this is a weird little bag. Okay, we'll get into this in just a second. Okay, this is a water filter, one of those straws. Where you can drink from wherever you need to drink. I keep that in this little bag. Okay. A headlamp. Got to have that for nights for at night, in case you need to move through areas where you got to go. Okay, just in case. Then I have this bag. This bag has 2 boxes of matches. It's got batteries. It's got a striker. Let me open this up. All right. It's got 2 packs of matches. Always need backup. I have a striker. All right, just in case. But on the striker, I also have what they used to call a John Wayne, which is a actual can opener. See that? It folds down and it opens cans of food. So there's a striker and a can opener on this. Okay, and there's batteries, but also what I carry in here, and this is very important that maybe a lot of people don't think of, but as the doc I always think of it. Antacid tablets. These are Tums. Because in a stressful time, you can have a nervous issue. So it's always good to carry Tums. I throw that in there. But I also have a lighter in this bag. Now look at the possibilities I have. I've got a lighter, I've got a striker, I have a can opener, I have a couple different ways of lighting a fire. Okay, let me shove it back in this bag. Let me pull this out. And this is a little stone for a knife sharpener. Always good to have. And I don't know why, but I always like to carry a rubber band. Now, I'm not sure why I do that, but I do. And of course I got AAAs for my headlamps and AA for my headlamps, all in this little bag. Okay, I'm gonna zip this up and fold this away. Okay, and I'm gonna set it down here. Okay, maybe I should do it like that so you can see more. I have this thing. It's a weird looking thing, isn't it? It's got a compass. It also has a temperature sensor on it. Lets me know what the temp is. But when I open up these sides, and I'll talk about this in a second, this is a magnifying glass. Okay? I open up the other side. Hang on. I gotta fight with it because I don't have no nails. Alright, this is a mirror. See? So it's a little mirror. If I push this button, which is right here, I have light. Okay? For emergency lighting. Simple little thing. And also this right here. Now you ready for this? It's a whistle. Okay? It's just a cheap little thing you can get, but it gives you different things. It lets you know what the temperature is, lets you know where your direction is, and this is a pretty accurate compass. If you notice, it's floating around pretty good. But this is what's important to me. When I was a kid growing up, not this one, sorry, this one. When I was a kid growing up, I learned to be able to start a fire with a magnifying glass. So I have a lighter, I have a striker, and now I have a magnifying glass that I can attempt to start a fire with. When's the last time you've tried starting? I haven't heard anybody on YouTube talking about lighting a fire with a magnifying glass. And that's something that you need with you. It's backup with backup with backup. And the magnifying glass will actually, through the sun, start a fire. Remember when you were a kid? You remember burning stuff with the magnifying glass? You can start a fire. Now, since we're on that subject, I want to talk about this bag right here. Okay, this is a little snack Ziploc bag. Not a quart size, not a sandwich size, but a snack size. And in here I have dryer lint, but I also have something else. Okay, let me pop it open. Now the dryer lint will probably stick to it. I got these from Ace Hardware. These are called cubes. Now actually this is 2 cubes. And it's pressed board. And if you bust these in half, and I'll go ahead and do it, okay? See that? They've got no smell. None whatsoever, no smell. But this cube, 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch, will actually burn for 9 to 10 minutes. So now I got 2. So that'll give me at least 2 fire starts. Plus I've got the lint, which will help me with the fire starts. But look how compact it is. Okay? Look how compact it is. And I'll talk about these fire starter cubes in the next video. Because you can get a box of these from Ace Hardware. Or is it ACO? Either one. ACO or Ace, they both carry them. And they have 100 or 150 cubes in one box that costs $11. That's a lot of fires, and they're featherweight. This ain't even an ounce. So I just wanted to show you that's what's in this bag so far. Also in this bag I carry this. Look at this. It folds out. It's a spoon. I've closed it up. I open the other side. It's a fork. Alright, I close it up. I can take this. Let me see if I can do this on it's a little hard to. This separates. It actually separates. So give me a second here. There we go. It separates. I've got a spoon. I've got a fork. But I've got a can opener, or a bottle opener, if I need to use it. And I also have a knife. So you have a fork, knife, and bottle opener that folds up so you can have at least the basic crease circumference of eating. Look at that. See that? And it folds up. And I don't know if I should attempt this live, but there we go. Bam. There it goes. It's back together. Okay? So, and I also have a regular knife. This is just a general knife, but it's razor sharp. Okay? You need a sharp knife. Now, I went with a set of needle nose. I was looking at a lot of the other gear that you can get with pliers and needle nose, but they're so tiny. This open up wide so you can get a better grip. Okay, so I decided to go with needle nose, which is which also cuts wires. And if we look again, got a set of pliers. I mean, how many of those tools can you get where you get pliers and needle nose? Seems like you always need a set of pliers for adjustables, you know. So I put that in there. And I have, of course, one of these. But this one is a pair of scissors. Chop, 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 chop. And there is, of course, other little things like a flathead screwdriver, little Phillips screwdriver, and a couple other things in here, you know, for what you need. Now this, remember, I keep this in my car. Okay, this is just an emergency bag, and I always like to have a backup knife. This is a lock blade, and it's very sharp, but it also fits on your belt. Okay, so I like to have that. But I added one more thing to this that's not here, and this is this right here. Alright, now I know I've got knives and needle nose and pliers, but this thing here, it is an Ozark Trail knife. Alright, now everybody knows emergency bug out, you need a corkscrew. Huh? But no, there's something different here. This is a Phillips screwdriver. Okay? Phillips screwdriver. Let me put them back. Now if I come over to this side, you have of course your regular knife blade, which is nice and sharp. Alright, I added this to my bag, and there's only one reason, but I'll get to it in a minute. Actually, I'll get to it right now. Now this looks like just a regular bottle cap opener, right? No, there's something special about the end of this right here, this sharp corner, because it's kind of sharp but not sharp. If you'll notice, you'll see a bevel on it. This is an actual can opener. You put the sharp part of the can in there, and you put this down on the lid, and you push it forward, and it actually opens up a can for you. That's why I put this in my bag. I don't have a can opener. I've got a water filter, I've got knives, I got pliers, a screwdriver, I've got needle nose, and I've also on this, I've got a blade. Let me fold this up. Okay. And another pair of scissors, good for backup. Alright, good to have. And it really is when you're doing little patchwork or little patches, and you got your knife, which is a standard, and you got your the can opener. I didn't realize that was a can opener until after it was purchased. And you got your bottle opener, but you have your flathead screwdriver on this end, and you have a Phillips screw. I already went through that. That's just pretty much the basics, but it's called Ozark Trail. Okay? Now the reason I wanted to bring that up is in a bug out situation, you're going to most likely run into canned goods. What do you have in your bug out where you can open up a can safely? In this bag, I've got what they used to call John Wayne. It's a can opener. But I also have this for a can opener. It's redundancy. you have at least 2 of one thing, just to make sure if I was to lose this bag in my pocket, I would still have a can opener in this Ozark Trail knife. So that goes in my kit. But I wanted to bring that kit up to you because I leave this in my glove box of the car. And you'll watch me here, I'll pack it all up. I leave this in the glove box of my car. It don't come out, it stays there. That way I never have to worry about forgetting it. If for some reason I am in an area and I can't get home, and when I can't get home because of an emergency, look at the California fires. I'm sure some of them got a call at their job saying, there's a mandatory evacuation, you can't come home. What you gonna do? Well, if you got plenty of money, you go to a hotel. But if you don't, you at least got something to have at the ready. And here goes this. And my light. Let me turn this on just to show you. Oh, my son's been playing with it again. Oh, here we go. No, but I got this light. So, you know, you gotta have in case of emergency. Isn't that what a bug out thing is? Case of emergency, last minute rush. Well, if this is already in my car, even if I'm not able to grab my bug out bag that I have at home, I have everything that I need right here, just in case. And that's the word for the day, just in case. You never know what can happen when you're away from home. Okay? You never know what can happen. And this is all zipped up, and this is the bag. 5 by 8, and you just seen a ton of stuff in here that could help me out very, very, very much. Now, in my bug out bag that I try to keep in my trunk most of the time, I'll be honest with you, I have a you know, one of those space blankets. I've got you know, those cans that banquet people use to keep their food warm. I have one or two of those in my bug out bag, and I have a little kit that I can put under that so I can at least heat up some food, and I got food in my bug out bag. But this right here is important. I can find cans anywhere, and really in this day and time you can find cans, you can find food, but you got to be able to heat it and start a fire. And that's what this bag is for. It goes in my glove box, and it's only 2 inches by 5 by 8, and I just leave it there. You set it and forget it, just in case there's an emergency on the road and you can't get home. It's a nice little thing to have. Okay? In my next video I'll talk about those fire starters that have no smell and they don't dry out or anything. They last forever. And they're only like $11 for like 150 squares that will burn for 8 to 10 minutes. Surely in 8 to 10 minutes of a fire, little fire, you can get a fire started. Alright, this is the dock. This is my bag. Alright guys, God bless you, love you. I'll talk to you next time.